Team EnVyUs. Team EnVyUs, some people call them the meta setters.
I call them the Dallas Fuel.
You call them the Dallas Fuel. Not yet, Monty. We'll get there soon with the Overwatch League kicking off here.
But you gotta look at this squad. Taimou effect, ridiculous DPS duo. Coco, amazing tank play. Chips and Harry Hook. You can't ask for better supports. And you'll see, there's one tank missing. Mickey's on the sideline because we brought a bird in here today, boys.
Yeah, they have. They've just signed Seagull to the roster. And it looks like they're going to be starting out with him here, Jameson.
Yeah, I mean, we could already tell that Envy is a fan favorite. They got a standing ovation as they were walking out, but also just looking at this man, Seagull, we haven't seen him play in over a year.
Definitely a lot of respect and positioning. You know, his Buds is up on that Soldier 76, though. There is a threat here. Sombra's so good on this map. Seagull has to keep his distance for now.
We'll see who can take the point first. A nice rocket there from Seagull on a clockwork. He's going to have to back out just a little bit. Nobody has got control of the point just yet. It'll be Coco charging on in, starting the fight.
That's the engagement. Seagull trying to get to the back line, immediately finds Clockwork. He might have a second DPS for his travels here, but he opts to back away. Effect has already done so much work on the point. The laser, Coolmat can't protect himself from it with the defensive matrix, and Taimou can keep his own respectful distance and allow Effect to clean up these kills. Seagull re-enters the fight halfway through once the key players are down, and he's on cleanup duty.
Yeah, and I think you feel great about this lineup if you are EnVyUs. What he could do on Zarya, they ran a triple tank lineup there. But you see the damage he's able to do as Zarya at the beginning of the game already into a grab.
There's no mitigation for Effect's damage right now. You can see he's already got a Graviton ready to go. He wants to bait something, he sends it in. He only really catches the one player with it at this stage, but still he's happy to turn back towards the front line of FNRGFE now, having cut them in two with the Graviton surge. Sound barrier coming out now as well. Harry Hook's let that one go, and it's time for Seagull to rain it on down. He'll take the one on Coolmat and get rest up by Chips, who is ready and willing to get him on his feet.
Envy does have to invest both support ultimates into this fight, though, so they did use the res, they used the work with here as well. Bonnie with that EMP can definitely play spoilers. There comes in.
It's going to be the EMP. Buds is going to get 2 easy kills off the back of that one. There's nothing available for EnVyUs to stop the damage to come through. Chips hastily. It's a res on Effect, and Harry Hook and Seagull's just trying to stay safe in the side room. The Graviton might help him out. Coming in over the top here. 2 rockets straight in, and Boink is forced to back away. But it's not a lethal blow struck yet by EnVyUs. There's more work to be done, but Banny finds himself deep in enemy lines, and he is outed and dealt with very, very quickly. Seagull follow up on towards the point. Coolmat being isolated, but Clockwork somehow sticks Chips. The Mercy is down for EnVyUs. They've got to rely on Harry Hook, who might need to use that sound barrier if they want to get control of this point.
And it's a sound barrier that comes in from FNRGFE, keeps them alive on the point as they have taken the lead, getting close to 90%. Effect switches over to Tracer, trying to get back towards the point here.
That was a gross overextension from FNRGFE. They lost 2 critical players, and now that was Taimou plinking away at them with the Peacemaker. Now they can come back to this point earlier than they first anticipated. Continue to apply pressure to FNRGFE, who's at 99% right now. Overtime will tick. Clockwork on 50%. No pulse bomb really available for him. He knew he had to dodge away from a potential flashbang from Taimou there. Now Coco trying to give him a bit of space there. You do notice that Banny got the EMP down, but it's not enough to stop this damage being front-loaded by EnVyUs. EnVyUs, Coco really needs to nail this one. He can't just sort of look for Coolmat. That's going to start the fight off real well. Clockwork has his head removed from his shoulders, and Coco follows up beautifully there. He used that Earth Shatter, but it was to good effect, there's no doubt. Pulse Bomb there, just an insurance policy to get rid of that pesky Diva mech, and EnVyUs are all over the point. FNRGFE at the crucial moment, they capitulate. First round to EnVyUs.
There's great positioning there from Taimou. He's hiding in, he knows they have to dive in.
Notice that a good player like Effect will have them fairly frequently, so it's not too devastating to make the switch. And his trace is so good. Seagull! What a way to open up. Buds is taken down before he gets close to the point. To prioritize, especially when their dive component is quite compact. The 2 players, obviously, in Muma and in Clockwork, to try and make things happen in that regard. Seagull's got a lot of freedom here. You see, he's looking for Buds. Buds, for the most part, is actually trying to work around Seagull. They both have the pockets there, and Coco and Muma both go down. So both the Winstons have fallen, but Effect is able to make the most of this process to deal with Coolmat, get him out of that mech. And Seagull now, he might have the 1v1. He wants Buds. Found Chips, but Seagull knew exactly who he was going for. He removes the Pharah from the equation.
It is FNRGFE able to take the point here, though. Seagull It'll be Envy pushing onto the point here as the effect takes out Muma right at the beginning.
Huge opening there as well. You can see where Muma was standing quite a long way back. It's a deep foray into enemy lines that it was such a big target, but it's worked out. Taimou's being pressured a little bit here, and he's forced to play incredibly tight angles. You can see this is quite frustrating for a Widow player to work around. However, Seagull is much in the opposite position. He's got a lot of room to roam. He tries to get the concussive blast, and it's worked. Coolmat gets desuited and taken down. Boink also fell. He was very close to falling off the edge, but that's very artful play by Seagull. You can see so much room to work with. You give this man an inch, he'll take a country mile.
You haven't seen this a lot. You haven't seen it at all, quite frank. So you don't even know really where to begin.
So Taimou gets picked up early here by Bud, so maybe playing a little bit too close to the point, but you see the rest of the threats from the side of EnVyUs are pulling their weight more than they even need to. Benny gets a 3-man resurrect here, so a second bite at the apple for FNRGFE, but it's gonna have to be pretty darn effective and quick at that. EnVyUs still remain control at this point. The longer this fight goes, the more it benefits the boys in blue. But Coco again going down. We've been watching a lot of Seagull in this round, but Budge, you can still see him paving the way with important pickoffs on Widows and, of course, Winston's and the like.
Yeah, I think Bud's just putting enough pressure on Seagull so he can't just go to town as Taimou takes out Bud's there on Widow. It looks like Envy gonna back up here and possibly make some changes. FNRGFE, they actually invested their sound barrier towards the end of that fight, so you're not gonna have either support ults coming into this next fight. Envy will have sound barrier, they'll have their res as well.
And this is great for Taimou. You can see the dive from EnVyUs has given him a lot of room. Space has been created, and now you can see FNRGFE are trying to rectify that, but Taimou can escape. Now the jump boost has been used in by Muma, and Harry Hook can just follow that one up there. Effect also was free to hit that backline. Coolmat, it's hard to see his impact in these fights because we haven't been watching him. But he's clockwork. Makes a foray forward. Effect is forced to just jump out there. Won't obviously use a rewind. Has some healing available to him. Now the pulse bomb that's connected nicely. It's not carried further on towards any other players, but it left Muma very, very low. And that key initiator, that main player to start the fights, is down for FNRGFE. And after the fact, it's just cleanup.
See the Rocket Barrage come in. There'll be Chips bringing Seagull back into the action there with a res. Bud's doing some work on the Pharah. He's able to take out Seagull. Seagull, D-Max, Coolmat. Effect still on the point here for Envy. So worried about trying to get Seagull out of the sky. They do take him out, but look, I mean, just Harry, just speed boosting Effect in there. Effect doing a ton of damage. Just putting a ton of pressure here on the point. Boink getting some healing from Bonnie, but it's gonna leave Coolmat on the, it's gonna be Moom on the point alone there for FNRGFE. They're gonna res him back into the fight.
Overtime, it's last chance saloon for FNRGFE in this first map, and it opens up well. Mooma makes a pancake out of Harry Hook, and he finds Taimou as well. Of course, the use of that Primal Rage is going to give him a little bit more sticking power, and it seems to have done the job for the time being. EnVyUs forced into a full-scale retreat. FNRGFE have a brief moment just to take a breath. Up through Effect, drops first again. It's the second consecutive fight in which he's done so. This time Clockwork has found him. This could be disastrous for EnVyUs as they're trying to finish things off. It's a hastily thrown flash, and Taimou tries to roll on back, but he's caught out by Coolmat. Coco goes in. Primal Rage was available. He got chucked very, very low before he had a chance to even use it. Now all around the point. Seagull up on high, has found Muma. A big opening, but Banny erases the effort. Done. Buds and Mama are back on their feet. And Seagull is cut down, at least getting a D-suit on towards Coolmat, but it's going to take more, and Effect might have just brought it. 2 kills already for him. Boink falling by the wayside now. This is going to be dangerous. There's a mini diva on the point. Effect is finding his targets one after another after another.
That was so dangerous there for Envy. It was Chips falls at 99% towards res. He gets back into the fight. Now FNRGFE, they're just going to be forced to stall onto the point. It'll be Coolmat launching a self-destruct in the sky. The point goes over to Envy, and they will take map number 1.
Coolmat has been said to be the best baby diva player in the world. The FNRGFE know they have a crucial window to go forward on.
And it's a huge pick because Envy is relying on all that damage going through the choke, as now Bud's now on the flank as Junkrat. It's a very good first push here from FNRGFE. Really opened up by Bonnie's initial pick. High ground, or where you see, oh, okay, so we're gonna have a nano boosted Coco just flying up top. It's the Transcendence that comes in from Bonnie. No sound barrier for FNRGFE just yet. Taimou does fall with his Riptire. It'll be the sound barrier that comes in for EnVyUs, and you see Clockwork just getting Mickie right in his face when he uses the tack visor.
Got to be frustrating for Clockwork. Hasn't found a good opportunity to use that tactical visor so far, but Coolmat is there. Coco and Chips fall to his head. He gets yet another one. It's Harry Hook down. The Riptire, unfortunately for Taimou, going to have a very underwhelming impact, and in fact, it's taken out before it gets there. With 30 seconds on the clock, it's going to be Effect trying to stall this one out. No, they're going to get there. It's 2 checkpoints now for FNRGFE. Shields, he's got his own shield, and Mickie keeping him alive. Graviton Surge there, if I'm not mistaken, being completely eaten up. It had no effect. Ultimately, that's going to be very frustrating for Mickie, but he's still in the fight. Taimou gets the grenade on towards Bud. That's coolmat trying to stall this out, but the rest of his team are falling slowly, wilting away. And it's not with a roar, but with a whimper. It's going to be FNRG forced back away from the payload. And uNKOE walk it up on in. EnVyUs straight around the corner. Nice speed boost from Harry Hook there to get them in a much more defensible position to start the fight. And FNRGFE just walks straight into the trap. Mickey's found Muma now. Chips again, hitting that back line. A lot of healing coming across the map. coolmat isn't even sure really where to go at this stage. Again, Taimou to send himself forward here. He'll try and deal with anyone trying to reinforce or try and set up a nice position. But that fight was over almost as soon as it started.
Both teams at relatively no defense.
Oh my God.
That was filthy. Absolutely destroys Clockwork, and then just Bonnie eats a mine in the mouth.
And what's so devastating about this now is that FNRGFE are all spawning from actually back inside that castle. So Taimou dealt with the only players that were able to establish themselves outside of the drawbridge itself, outside of the gate. Now he can keep pushing them in, buying so much space here for EnVyUs. If EnVyUs don't spend too many ultimates here, this is just an excellent way to get themselves some damage while they've still got one person pushing the payload.
And what do you do? I mean, it's going to be coolmat getting demexed here. He gets hit with a mine because
all this will have a pulse bomb. If he can stick it on FNRGFE as they're trying to get out of this corridor, this could be absolutely devastating. Again, looks for his target. coolmat, the defense matrix, is being tested sorely to its absolute capability. But having to back away there. Pulse bomb was dropped. It doesn't really connect. The Fett just had a recall out of that situation. His pulse is ready with Muma down and Bud's being dropped. That's bad news for FNRGFE.
Yeah, and they're going to have to invest a tack visor here. You hear it coming out from Clockwork. They leave poor Bonnie alone against Effect. We know how that fight's going to end up. Effect takes him out. Mickie also uses a Primal Rage a little bit earlier, just kept pushing FNRGFE back. They were not even able to make it out the door. It's been a fantastic push here by EnVyUs.
And this Primal Rage, again, we see that Muma comes forward. He's trying to get rid of someone in the background, but that payload was allowed to move forward a couple more meters. And EnVyUs, guess what? They built up the bank of ultimates. They've got everything they need. It's a good chance, especially with his Riptire so imminent right now. Oh, that's nasty. The Rhino was knocked out of position. The Gunshot comes down. Taimou comes in. And to fate just to fate. That encounter is unbelievable now. It's going to be the self-destruct coming in over the top, but that is just filthy. Takes a bit to process, Matt. There's so many moving parts in that play for EnVyUs, but FNRGFE just got lit up.
It's a sick offense here from EnVyUs. See Taimou going to get the benefits of the nano boost. The Riptire comes out from Buds. EnVy so close to finishing out this map. You see Effect switch over to the Bastion here. Trying to get back in the action, maybe make an impact. Okay, he's able to get one.
I like this.
Then he falls. It'll be Taimou with another Riptire.
Another one. The amount of these that he's getting is unbelievable. Again, trying to hide behind the wall, just prevent damage coming through. This is also forcing FNRGFE away from the payload, but still, they get 2 taken down. Both tanks have fallen by the wayside. That is bang for your buck if I've ever seen it. Earthshatter is there, not quite towards the end as Buds makes one valiant attempt to keep this one alive, but it's not going to be enough. 2-0, currently in favor of EnVyUs. A little bit of frustration.
They're going to use it here early because you know he just switched, so he most likely does not have the EMP. It'll be the Dragon Blade that comes out here for Buds. It'll be Harry Hook that falls. It'll be the Transcendence, though, that comes in from EnVy, keeping everybody up.
Yeah, Transcendence is pretty important in this fight, already being employed out now. Chips on that Zenyatta being pressured down by Muma. He's found his target. He's more than happy to spill the orbs over the floor. Now with the shield up, you can see he's trying to go back and forth. Up against Effect here. The Bionic Field was there for Effect. Muma is
trying to make their way towards the point. Buds gets hacked here. He's trying to find anything, but his teammates all falling around him. That's a lot of ults invested by FNRGFE. They keep trying to go back to that right side, get over the top of the wall. Buds here does have the Dragon Blade. It's going to be the sound barrier that comes in from FNRGFE. They're not going to get anything for it, though. Mickie with one with a self-destruct, Effect with a pulse bomb, then takes out Buds here. That is a big ult to waste there of your FNRGFE.
I like that. Mickie got caught out on D.Va. He knew he needed to hang around because if Clockwork were to get a Death Blossom and he weren't there, it'd be very, very hard to stop that damage from decimating the rest of EnVyUs. So
EnVy here at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, good little speed boost there from FNRGFE to get Banning out of harm's reach with Coco trying to chase him down. Coco eventually finds his way back towards the point, and everyone from EnVyUs has been contributing. Whiptire now coming from that back room. There's no one that can really shut down Taimou. He was too unprotected. Muma went deep for that one, but he had to use Primal Rage in order to do so. The point didn't really trigger that at all, but this is classic Chips here. He was standing so far back out of the fight. He's picked up Barney to start things off, and now Coco can follow this one up. He's looking for supports here. He finds a couple tanks, backs away. He's going to get some healing. Harmony Orb applied by Chips, and he can jump back in just a moment.
We'll see if the EMP comes out here for FNRGFE. Coco chases Buds on top. He's going to use the Primal Raid. Gets one, takes out Muma, looking to take out Buds as well. Buds just desperately trying to stay alive here. As the EMP not used from the side of FNRGFE. They'll hold on to it. Strict punch to the face. The bags are out there from Coco. As EnVy will take point A.
You can see Muma was hoping to try and cut him off. It's like driving in Los Angeles. He was trying to get that extra health pack. It was taken so low, and Coco just comes through, and it's a backswing of the fist to take him down. In effect, you see what happens.
Be cautious because you know Clockwork's behind. It'll be the sound barrier that comes out from FNRGFE. It'll be Effect getting hit with that EMP coming out from Bonnie. A lot of the members from EnVy affected by it, but EnVy still trying to hang in this fight.
Taimou there as well. Remember, Taimou has a vantage point here. So much opportunity to do damage. Muma only has a very short window of shielding for his team, and he places it in the back room. Taimou is free reign. Barney trying to challenge him up close, but no! It's not going to be enough. They gave themselves off of the point, and that is going to be it. EnVyUs 2-1 on this map. 3-0 in the series. A strong start, a big statement. Probably not too many surprise people in the arena.
No, not at all. I think with how good EnVy has been during the regular season, I think you fully expected this result. FNRGFE, though, they did play quite well in this matchup. I think they forced EnVy to switch off some things they would have liked to do. That Clockwork gave Effect some trouble on Iconfall when we saw him switch over to the